Guys, Will here with W.T.F Car Reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the 2024 Hyundai Sonata SEL.
And a big thanks to Brandon Hyundai for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Sonata has been Hyundai's midsize sedan since 1985. The 8th generation Sonata that you see here was released in 2020 and facelifted this year for 2024. Up front, we get new headlights, new daytime running lights, and a new front bumper. Out back, we get new taillights and a new rear bumper. Inside, we get an all-new overall look for the interior trim, a new steering wheel with an integrated gear selector, and a very BMW-like dual 12.3-inch infotainment displays. Mechanically, Hyundai dropped the 1.6-liter turbo, leaving us exclusively with a 2.5-liter power plant, both the naturally aspirated 2.5 that we have here and the 2.5-liter turbo that we get for the N-Line. The naturally aspirated 2.5 equipped Sonatras are also now available with an optional all-wheel drive system. There are 5 trims for the 2024 Sonata, ranging up to the $37,000 limited hybrid and down to the $27,000 SEL that we have here. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So, as we mentioned, we get new headlights, new daytime running light, and an all-new front end. And this is the base model SEL, so we don't get a forward-facing camera or front parking sensing, but even though it's a base model, as you guys can see, this thing looks unbelievably premium. Might be the most luxurious vehicle per dollar available today. We get a panel for the advanced safety features up front, Hyundai badge, all new daytime running light as we mentioned, some aluminum trim to contrast the black, some really beautiful 18-inch rims with a really funky Hyundai design. They're wrapped in Pirelli P0 all-season tires, some of the better all-seasons in the business, the dimensions being 235/45 R18. So the 45 series sidewall should keep the ride quality nice and plush, and these 235 wide tires should be more than enough to put the power down from this 2.5-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. More contrast black trim, we get a black rocker panel side skirt area, smart access for the driver and a front passenger, two-tone contrasted mirrors, no turn signals on them, but we do get blind spot monitoring on the glass. We get some aluminum trim for the window trim, blacked out B-pillar, and as you see up top, a massive panoramic moonroof, which isn't standard. It's the only option we have here outside of this optional paint color, and it's a $3,000 option at that. And speaking of $3,000 option, let's take a quick look at this window sticker for the 2024 Sonata SEL front-wheel drive. You guys can pause to take a look at all the standard features that you get on the $27,500 SEL, $470 for the Serenity white paint, $3,050 for the panoramic sunroof, $210 for the floor mats, $1150 for the destination charge, totaling us out a tick over $32,000. 29 MPGs, 25 in the city, 36 on the highway. And again, the 2.5-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder is the base power plant all the way up to the N-Line. Of course, the hybrid trims are still available as well. We get the same rear wheel and tire setup. The only difference is a smaller brake caliper. We get a push to open gas cap, no easy fill, and you can throw 87 octane fuel here for this naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. I love the body lines that we have here too. The pre-facelift Sonata had beautiful body lines, and they just accentuate them even more with this post-facelift. The black and white contrast also looks beautiful. This might be the best paint color in my opinion with the Sonata, at least for the SEL. Out rear, we get the new black trim up top functioning as a spoiler, completely new taillights, new runners for the center, Sonata badge underneath, Hyundai badge in the center, and a black diffuser down below. Shout out Brandon Hyundai in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. Hopefully you get a good look at your exhaust tip. And speaking of the exhaust tip, let's fire up this naturally aspirated 2.5-liter 4-cylinder, and here she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the naturally aspirated 2.5-liter 4-cylinder sold by Hyundai for the 2024 Sonata. And it sounds okay, cranking out 191 horsepower, 180 pound-feet of torque, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. You can expect this Sonata to get to 60 in the high 7s to mid 8-second range. I appreciate the hydraulic struts too, especially for a base model. What you see is basically what we get. We can shut this hood right down, take a step back, walk around this 2024 Sonata one more time, and again, it is a beautiful vehicle. When you factor in the price point of this thing, it's absolutely unbelievable, and we'll keep going. You'll see how impressed I actually am. Up top, we get soft touch material, aluminum trim to separate the two sections, aluminum door handle too, 4-way adjustable mirrors, auto one touch up front, power windows out rear, and a very soft armrest. Grab handle also functions as a storage bin. Down below, very decent amount of storage. You'll squeeze a foot long in here, fit a 24-ounce water bottle with some candy bars right behind it. You get a plastic footplate as we step inside. We mentioned the black trim for the rocker panel side skirt area. Just cloth seats to be expected with just a base SEL. Before cloth seats, they're very, very well padded. It's almost like a microfiber fabric material more than it is a cloth. And the inserts are also a separate material, which are even softer. They're fully adjustable, electrically adjustable. You have lumbar control, you can recline, drop, lift, and slide the front seats. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. But as you mentioned, this is a completely new layout for the interior. The main difference is, of course, being the steering wheel, gear selector right down below, and these dual 12.3-inch touchscreens. Well, one touchscreen, one digital gauge display. Regardless, the steering wheel is very thick, just like it was in the pre-facelift, just a different shape and design now. Definitely the fattest 10-2 bolstering notch in the mid-size economy segment. 9-3 fits great in your hand. It's not a flat bottom, but we get these notches in the corners. Reminds me a little bit of the Acura TLX we just reviewed on this channel. The horn area is rubberized. The horn itself, loud and aggressive. People should be definitely getting out of your way. And check this out. For a base SEL with a $27,000 base price, we get dual pane front windows. I was definitely not expecting that. On the left side, we have our cruise control and infotainment adjustments, active steering too. On the right side, voice commands. You can hang up and answer your phone calls, favorites, and volume and skip. So speaking of the infotainment adjustments, right now we're looking at current trip. You see since refueling and since last reset with our tire pressure monitor as well. Compass and our advanced safety features screen. Beneath that, we have our temperature. On the left side, digital speedo. On the right side, our tach. Beneath the speedo is our fuel level. Beneath the tach is the coolant temperature. We get traffic sign recognition and lane keep assist as well. Aluminum outline paddle shifters controlling the 8-speed automatic transmission. Auto headlamps, auto high beams, no auto rain sensing wipers, but wouldn't be expected for a base SEL. Tilt and telescoping steering column. Traction control you can disable, interior brightness, electronic parking brake, and trunk release. Hopefully get a good look at the pedals. The gas pedal is actually being covered with that piece of plastic. That was really safe. Anyway, continuing along, the dashboard is soft touch. Engine start stop. We mentioned a 12.3-inch touchscreen. Reminds me a lot of what we've been getting from the new BMW cars. We can check out the map real quick once it loads up. So the response is excellent, just like an iPhone, even for the zoom in and out function. Pre-facelift, there was an excellent display and an excellent touchscreen. But post-facelift, the zoom in and out and the moving around function in the map, this is a huge improvement. We can also see our profile settings and online manual. My personal favorite screen to look at all times would be the map, so we'll leave it here. Faux carbon trim underneath that, air vents beneath the faux carbon trim, shortcuts beneath the air vents, hazards in the center, dual zone automatic front climate control. We get heated seats, no ventilated seats, but even the heated seats are an impressive feature. 2 USB-C ports, 12 volt right next to it, wireless charging pad, drive mode selector. Our drive modes include normal, sport, and custom My Drive mode. We'll start it off in normal, trial, sport, and just see what the differences are. Nice little slot for a wallet or phone. You'll fit a 32-ounce water bottle in this front, cup holder, and a 24-ounce water bottle behind it. I also love how Hyundai is doing this dual tier for the armrest. The driver at least gets this dual tier where they can rest their hand, forearm, whatever. And behind it, we have this massive 2-person armrest for the center console. And the center console is massive. You'll fit at least 12 to 14 12-ounce cans in there. Very spacious for the center console. For a mid-size economy sedan, sub 30,000, you get so much for this vehicle or with this vehicle. The glove box, it's hard plastic on the outside, to be expected. It's damp though and large. You're fitting 30+ license plates in there. I'd expect you to fit 2 pairs of shoes if you're under a size 11. We get a frameless auto dimming rear view mirror. Interior light is LED, and we get the massive panoramic moonroof. Look how quick that shade opens, and the glass opens up insanely quickly as well. Again, it's a $3,000 option, but for the money, this is still a really impressive feature. That's as far as the glass will go. We can poke our way out of here. Beautiful day today in Tampa, Florida, sunny and 59 degrees. I know in Florida terms, 59 degrees could be a little bit on the cold side. For the rest of the country, I'm sure you wouldn't complain if it was 59 degrees by where you were. We'll leave the shade open so when we hop out back, you guys can see how much light is brought into the cabin. But that's about it for the front seat, at least, of this base model 2024 Hyundai Sonata SEL. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. Before we do that, let me just take a step back, show you guys the side profile, and we'll walk around it one more time before we take this car out for a drive. So out back, up top, we get soft touch materials. Take notes Honda, take notes Toyota, even with their top trim Accords and some of the topper trims for the Camry, we get hard plastic, but the base model Sonata gets a soft touch rear door panel, soft touch in the center, aluminum separated into two, aluminum door handle, and a gushy soft armrest. Power window, it's not auto one touch. The storage, you guys can check it out. Not the most space, but enough room to fit, let's say 24-ounce water bottle. The rear seats, the padding goes all the way out to the door frame. Pretty good bolstering too for a back seat, especially for a cloth one. The legroom looks really impressive. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have about 6-7 inches of knee room. Headroom, I got about ½ an inch to an inch. We lose like about ½ an inch to an inch of our headroom because of the moonroof, but again, this moonroof is really impressive. And since this is a larger mid-size sedan, you can still fit up to 6'5" passengers even with the moonroof. Unfortunately, no air vents. That's one of the first things that I'm noticing in this interior that isn't top-notch impressive. Not just interior and exterior. I wish we had air vents, but you move up to the higher trims, of course you will get them. You get 2 USB-C ports, no mat pocket behind the driver's seat, but we do get one behind the passenger. The interior light is LED, it was already on. We get a hook behind both of the grab handles in the back seat. The center cubby, you gotta jab your hand into it, but it's pretty soft cloth, and you'll fit 2 24-ounce water bottles, maybe 16s in there. A ton of light brought into the cabinet thanks to this massive $3,000 panoramic moonroof. That's about it for the back seat. Let's hop out in the cargo space, see how much space is offered back there, and then take this 2024 Hyundai Sonata out for a drive. So you press a click of a button and we have a hydraulically boosted tailgate. It's not electrically boosted, so it doesn't close for you, but the fact that it opens for you with a button also inside, so you can open it from the inside of your vehicle. Really impressive feature, especially for a base model. The hinges are covered, so you don't have to worry about crushing your cargo. Pretty large wheel well cutout, so if you fold the rear seats down 60-40, I'd expect you to shove through about a 55-inch TV. And the overall cargo space is large. I'll leave a link to show you right here exactly what it is. The opening's large too, not quite as large as the Camry, but it's very, very large compared to just about every other vehicle on the road. Large wheel well cutouts too. You could probably fit 2 golf bags horizontally, maybe even fit a third one on top, and you'll fit an additional 2 diagonally. We can shut this trunk right down, walk around this 2024 Hyundai Sonata SEL one more time, and again, for a base model, sub $28,000 base price, this is an unbelievably loaded vehicle. Of course, add $3,000 for the moonroof, but outside of that, with this white on black contrast, this is without question, in my opinion, the best looking mid-size economy sedan now on the road today. And with this base model, we'll see if this 2.5 liter 4-cylinder is powerful enough, or whether or not you'd rather go up to the N line. I'm sure a lot of you guys would rather go up to the N line, but for economy purposes, let's take out this base model for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now just about seen everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the 2024 Sonata. Let's take it out for a drive. Well, before we take it out for a drive, I don't think I showed you guys the backup camera. Here it is. We get guidance lines and trajectory. Super crisp display, but we don't get the 360. Of course, you got to go for the higher trims to get that. But taking it out for a drive, the steering is really well weighted, even in normal mode. We'll check it out. We'll check it out in sport and see if it tightens up. But even in normal, feels really good, responsive, and well weighted. The seats are very comfortable. The brake pedal's responsive, and the turn signal stock also has really satisfying click to it. The higher trims also get the blind spot camera, so when you use your turn signals, you have a visual of everything in your blind spot. Over the speed bumps, it rides over them really well for a sedan. The overall composure here is genuinely luxury car level. We just got out of both the Acura TLX for 2024 and the Lexus ES. This is $20,000 to $25,000, $30,000 cheaper than both of those vehicles. And to be even remotely comparable in the premium sense is ridiculous. This is literally a competitor outside of performance, of course. Actually, compared to the 2.5 liter in the ES, this is barely any slower on the gas. Boom. Whoo! Yeah, guys, this is going to keep up with that Lexus ES. The ES was all-wheel drive, but this is also now available with all-wheel drive, and you're saving $15,000 to $20,000. Of course, the turbocharged Acura TLX we just reviewed will blow the doors off of this thing, but you compare that to an N-Line, and all of a sudden, it's a pretty close competition. The handling here is also really good. These wider 235 wide tires help a lot, especially being the Pirelli P0s, which are a premium compound, especially for the economy segment. We'll try one more acceleration out in normal mode. We'll go about half throttle, half throttle. Good response. Ooh. Yeah, guys, you're not getting response like this from that 1.6 liter turbo. I think that's probably why they got rid of it. The 1.6, I mean, yes, it made a lot more mid-range power, but at the end of the day, the overall power numbers were about the same: 180, 190 horsepower, 180, 190 pound-feet of torque. Tomato, tomato, this way you get all that power right away with the perfect response on the gas. Boom, instant. And it pulls all the way to red line, unlike that turbo, which would die like crazy once you cross about 4,500, 5,000. We can try it out in sport mode, drive mode select, sport, cool. We'll leave it in automatic mode for now. We'll try the pedals too, but for now, automatic. Steering definitely gets heavier, throttle gets sharper. But the power, of course, is the same. It just makes your throttle feel a little bit more sensitive through the roundabout. We'll try out the steering. Yeah, the steering definitely feels better weighted. If I was gonna drive every day, I'd probably leave it in sport because this steering feels really good in sport. Bumps, it rides over them really well. We'll throw it in way quicker than we should. Woo! Body roll super limited, and we got some big bumps coming up right here. Boom, boom, boom. Guys, this thing can really, really isolate you from the road. For the money, I don't think there's a vehicle on the road that can isolate you anywhere close to this. I was saying the same thing about the new Altima. But to be honest, this does feel a step above the new Altima, especially when we're comparing base models, and also especially when you're looking at them from the outside. Sport mode, we'll try it out off the line on the gas. Better response, actually chirp the tires. Woo! Yeah, guys, this is a very powerful 2.5 liter four-cylinder. I could see 0 to 60 happening in under 8 seconds if you get a good launch. That says a lot for a sub $30,000 sedan. Again, steering feels really good in sport. Woo! Little tiny bit of hint of understeer, and we had a small chirp off the line, which just shows you how powerful this 2.5 really is, because that 1.6 turbo was not chirping anything off the line. It didn't even make power for the first second and a half. Sport mode makes everything feel really good. We'll take a step out onto the highway, see if we can keep our overdrive gears in sport, but it doesn't look like it. We're just hovering around 3,000 RPM. So we'll throw it back into normal mode, take a step out onto this highway. Pretty good response still. Open her up a little bit more. Yeah. Woo! Yeah, you look down and you are moving. Typical with most naturally aspirated four-cylinders, there isn't like the most power in the mid-range. There's a very good response down low, and once you cross about 4,500, really good response up top. But that mid-range does feel like it could use a turbocharger. But overall, as you saw, going highway speeds, this thing stays quiet. These dual pane windows help tremendously. It's a smooth operating process. No, you're not getting the globs of torque like you would from the 1.6, but you're getting instant response off the line, and you're getting really good top end pull. Both things that the 1.6 simply could not do, and I guess enough people preferred it that way, or that they got rid of it altogether. Anyway, this is a seriously premium vehicle for the money. Dual pane windows, the look of it from the outside, LEDs everywhere. It's quick, the tech is as modern as it gets, the sound system is surprisingly good for a base. Everything here is surprisingly good for a base. And if that's what you're looking for, guys, I would 100% recommend checking out the all-new 2024 Hyundai Sonata, and don't shy away from the base. You get a lot for the money here. And a big thanks to Brandon Hyundai in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, it really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment Let me know if any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you'd like to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.